Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday. Hi, Walnut. It's me, Laz, here. I am doing this episode basically as if you don't feel like talking, make sure you practice talking kind of episode. I am so in my feels. I feel like my womb is doing stuff. So if you're in my vortex, and I'm being weird, it's not personal. I think it's my womb. I feel so lethargical. I feel so and on a expression conversational front, I feel I feel like I can't talk properly, and I'm getting this feeling in my throat. It's that feeling of like feeling like you're about to get sick, but it's not about to get sickness. I think it's a little bit of like a cellular-y, upgradey thing, and it's got something to do with my voice. So this episode is just for me to practice talking even when I don't feel like talking. I think lately, and especially with like confrontational or like walnutty conversations where I have to be a little bit more courageous or stick up for myself a little bit more, I've noticed myself slipping back into behaviors where I just retract and go quiet and just go, oh, I can't. And it's now not from a place of like, I don't feel like I have a voice. It's from a place of like, I can't really be bothered. And then there's a little like fighter girl feminist inside of me being like, no, you should still say something. And I'm just tired, Walnut. I'm so tired. And I think, one thing that the condition has brought up for me a lot, is that uh, only, only women will get this, that only women will feel what I am feeling. And I think that's something that I'm really struggling with, is um the actual lack of empathy that I can receive from any male ever. And there's no amount of and this isn't like a targeted at Geordie conversation. This is even like I had a randomly a very old friend who I haven't talked to in a very long time pop up in my inbox, just having a conversation. And it was even sort of like the I kind of mentioned how I've gone a little bit crazy and things like that. Ha ha ha, make myself the butt of a joke. See, again, it's that unaligned how I'm communicating. Like, why did I need to make myself the butt of a joke again when I'm like, I'm clearly past this stage. But here I was anyway. And so I had a few messages, and yeah, the response was just, well, a normal response, but it just had me thinking like, oh man, you're actually not going to get it. And I find myself kind of veering towards the women walnuts in my life who like have done this, like this as in the condition, as in having a baby before, because um it's this getting it that you don't have until you're there. And I don't know, it's kind of like a bit of a head fuck, Walnut. So I know that this episode is a little bit like rambly and ranty, and it doesn't really make any sense. Um, but like I say, my walnutting this week is just to speak, even though I don't feel like speaking, and I hope that it will make make a little bit of sense, and you'll be able to take a little tidbit away from whatever is going on with me right now. But yeah, I've just sort of noticed that my voice feels dwindly, and it's dwindly because it's tired, and the tiredness is linked to like patriarchy, to just general physical womb healing things, and to actually probably, and like needing more sleep, and looking after an infant and all of those other things that are completely like normal and human in 3D right now. But um yeah, I feel like I really needed to come down and record something to use my voice, to practice using my voice. And I wanted to use this walnutting as like a really big call out, not only to myself, where I've noticed myself being quiet and not saying something, whatever the excuse for it is. And just remind you, Walnut, and especially if you are in a similar situation to me or not, that your voice matters and your presence matters. And I know we're really, really stuck in a world where like there's this anxiety of social media of like what to caption the post or like being embarrassed to post something and until it's like completely perfect and all of those sorts of things. So I feel like it kind of this all like links in a little bit. But all that to say, Walnut, your voice matters, your presence matters, and just show up. I just want to really, really encourage you to show up. So my walnutting this week is I feel quieter. I feel like I'm not expressing myself as much. So I have recorded this episode when I don't feel like recording at all. I don't feel like being off of the couch at all. I don't feel like doing anything. I don't feel like I don't even feel like cleaning or doing any like stay home mum things. Ugh, that came out of my mouth and I got like severely angry right now. But anyway, that is what I am at the moment. Um, let alone feel like recording an episode. But my voice matters. I matter. And this is my walnutting to practice using my voice, expressing myself. And that's that. So short and sweet, Walnut. Use your voice. Your voice matters. You matter. You're delicious. You're wonderful. You're worthy. And I will talk to you next week, hopefully, in a better and better spirits with something more profound to say. Have a happy Walnut Wednesday. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.